Do friendship apps not really work for you? In this video, I'm going to share the #1 secret for making friends online with apps. Actually making friends and enjoying the process instead of just getting frustrated and giving up. Here we go. When I was a kid growing up and a teenager, my parents and kind of the people around me figured that most meetups online and apps and Facebook and before that MySpace and all those types of things, even Craigslist, right? Those were all scary. Times have changed in how we feel comfortable getting together with people that we've met online. But that informs how we're able to use these apps and these online services to make friends when we make connections. So, the #1 secret for actually making friends with apps and different tools online is, if you would, take a moment and hit the subscribe button or hit the like button or both. The #1 secret. You ready for it? Initiative. Initiative. And in this video, I'm going to share 5 ways that you can take initiative when you're on these apps to take friends to the next level, or to meet friends, or to get to know people. How many times has this happened to you? You get on the app and nothing really happens, and you're like, well, is this it? They don't really work for me, right? This happens to a lot of us. If you take these 5 steps when you're on the app, or when you're on those sites, it will take you from being the person who can't really make friends, so these apps don't really work for me, to, oh wow, these tools are amazing for making these types of connections. So here we go. My name is Marshall Jones Jr. and I help busy adults make friends they actually enjoy. #1, get on. That's the first one. If you've heard me talk about the friendship ladder, the first one is showing up, be in the same space so people know that you exist, right? That's the #1 thing. And I don't even mean start connecting with people. I just mean open the app. So many times we download the app and then we, whether it's Facebook or Bumble BFF or even a meetup.com type situation, we get on, we look around, we see, okay, here's some people, whatever, maybe we interact with some folks, and then that's it. And then we say, okay, the app didn't work. That's probably not enough effort and enough of a try to say that it didn't work. What I would recommend when you first download an app is don't do 50 apps at the same time. Start with one and try it for 7 days at least. And when I say try it for a week, I don't mean get on and then wait 7 days and see if you have a friend after 7 days. I mean get on and get on every day, maybe even a couple times a day to that app to interact with people and make conversations and start making those connections. So that's #1. Get on, show up on the app. #2, take the initiative to make connections. So on a lot of these apps, there's something where you can go in and either swipe one way to start the connection, or you can, go through a page, or however it is that you make these connections. Take that initiative to be the person to reach out first, to make those connections, right? Don't wait for people to reach out to you. If you do that, you're going to be disappointed because for a lot of people, it's tough just to get on the app. For a lot of people, it's tough to take initiative. And for you, it might be tough to take initiative. For me, it definitely is. It takes me out of my normal comfort level of just kind of letting things passively happen to me. But if you want to make friends, you have to make them. So go out there and start making those connections. And I don't mean 1 or 2, I mean dozens. That's how you make a friend. It's not going to happen with just 1 connection a week or 1 connection a year. For most of us, we want to see more results quicker. So you're going to want to make many connections in a very short amount of time to start seeing results back on these apps. #3, initiate conversations. So after you've made those initial connections, whether it's swiping or saying hi or whatever it is, from there you have to take the step to actually start conversations. So first you say hi, how are you, and you make that initial connection. Well, a couple hours later you got to ask another question like, hey, what are you up to tomorrow? Hey, have you seen any good movies lately? Take the initiative to start conversations with people and to continue them. So if they ask you a question, ask the question back. Or even if you're not asking questions, you can just throw information out there like, hey, I went to the park today and this is what I did, right? Don't wait for the other person to be the person to take initiative with you. Hopefully that happens also, but don't wait for that. You be the person to start those conversations and get the ball rolling in these conversations. Number 4, take the initiative to transfer people. And what I mean by that is take the initiative to ask people who are on whatever the app is that you're on to transfer with you to maybe another app. Let's say you meet somebody on Bumble BFF and you're having a conversation with them. You don't necessarily want to keep the relationship on Bumble BFF forever, right? So ask them, say, hey, do you have an Instagram account? I'm whatever, and then say your username. You want to connect over there? Bring them over there. So now you have multiple connection points with them. You're not just a friend on this one app, but now you're able to see into their life in other areas, which leads to the 5th one, which is number 5, take the initiative to meet up with people. It's so easy to have conversations for days, weeks, months even online and never take the initiative to be like, hey, we should meet up, especially if you're in the same city or the same town where it's easy to get together. Take that initiative, especially early on, because then it won't feel as awkward. If you wait a year and then you ask somebody to get together, you've waited all this time. Whereas if you ask in the beginning, it feels normal, like, hey, let's get together. That's what we do as friends. We get together with people. So many times we're waiting for the other person or the perfect time, or you think it's just going to happen naturally. If it happened naturally, it would have already happened. The reason we don't take initiative, the reason many people don't take initiative on these apps, the reason that a lot of times it is frustrating when you're on these apps and why it doesn't seem like friendships progress is because, number 1, it's uncomfortable and it often takes a little bit of gumption or something to do these types of things. But number 2, like we already said, people are scared. People are scared to get together. There's still this embedded fear of reaching out and wondering, well, do they want to get together? Do they want me to reach out? All of that, right? So help them with that. You be the person to initiate. If you're on the app, then that's what you're wanting. You're wanting that connection. So be the person who creates those connections. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love to share a free cheat sheet that I created to help you level up your friends on the friendship ladder. Go to howtobestfriend.com, or I'll put a link in the description, or you can go there right now. See you there.